your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. Now to news from education. Some are lamenting recent national examination results at the BGCSE level when it comes to math, English, and science. The results are no better than tests taken for the past 5 years. And as it relates to BJCs, there was a decline in the number of students who scored at least a C grade in the same core subject, while the overall results have been described as disappointing. Well, at least one school in Grand Bahama is proud of its exam results. Jamila reports.
Despite the Ministry of Education's recent report that there were no improvements in the national examination results, the Bishop Michael Eldon School continues to excel. BMES Principal Pro Tem Cheryl Wood says the institution has been holding its own for many years, not only in Grand Bahama, but in the country, as their scores have always been well above the national average.
Our students have been performing competitively with more than 85% of our students getting A to C passes. Because although the national average is that D, we try to stay above that so that we know that the education that's being provided for our students will be relevant and that they will be ready to go to college or into the world of work, whatever the case may be. So on the island of Grand Bahama, we are still extremely competitive when you look at it in comparison to the other private schools and public schools on the island. We still consider ourselves the school of choice.
BMES High School Vice Principal Sophia Howden says, as an educational institution, their priority is to educate the whole child and prepare them for life. She says preparation begins 1 to 2 years before students sit the exams, and here's how they're preparing for next year.
Preparations have started slowly because of the hurricane that would have affected all of us. However, having come back, we are looking at where we are in the syllabus. We look at what needs to still be completed, and the teachers are very cognizant of the fact that the exam results more than likely will not change. So where necessary, we will have extra classes after school to ensure that our children reach a particular point in term 2, and we have sufficient time to review with them and to prepare them for the exams.
Meantime, Vice Principal for BMES Primary School, Miriam Carroll, says there has been some improvements in the GLAD examinations.
We had some very good results, and we saw improvement in some areas that, we were a little wary about, and those areas would be mathematics. I saw some improvement there, and so that is a good indication that we are moving in the right direction. The strategies that we experimented with, and I say experiment because you have to do everything that you can if you see something is failing. And so I think they worked.
Jamila Mizik, ZNS Network News.
A major milestone for Catholic schools throughout the country. This year marks their 130th year. Here on Grand Bahama, administrators, staff, and students celebrated the occasion in grand style. Megan Shepard reports.
Students in the Catholic education system across the Bahamas, celebrating 130 years since nuns from various orders opened the first school in the country. Here in Grand Bahama, Mary Star of the Sea Catholic Academy celebrated with a trip down memory lane through song and dance. Father David Cooper noting that the Catholic education system focuses on developing a holistic child.
What we find out, though, when we enter Catholic education, we don't really stress only intellectual formation. We try to form character as well, make students aware of their social responsibilities, and also to instill in them some kind of altruism, where they have a responsibility to give back to the nation and to those who have sacrificed for them before.
Principal Joy Ritchie Green notes that Catholic education holds a rich history in this country, and they believe in celebrating and passing on this knowledge to the children.
A little history at that time, many of the people in the Bahamas really were not afforded education. Back then, you could have left school after grade 6, and And when private schools just started to open, like Queen's College, there were quite a number of restrictions on who could attend those schools. And so the nuns saw an opportunity to come in to educate a population. Part of it was from catechism in terms of getting people to join the Catholic Church. But more so, we wanted to educate a population that they saw was growing.
Green says she believes that Catholic education produces outstanding citizens.
Thousands of Bahamians would have gone through the doors of Catholic education. We believe that because of that, it has made a difference in who we are as Bahamians and who we are as leaders and who we are as servant leaders. Many of our leaders in different government and private sectors have attended Catholic school. And one of the things they talk about years and years after they would have left is that I was able to develop very, very good character.
Now, since the passing of the storm, the school is still in transition mode, and many teachers have suffered loss. 2 teachers were highlighted for going above and beyond in their departments.
We had plenty staff members who were affected by the hurricane, and especially in my department, we had 2 teachers who were out for a long time. One of them is still out due to various matters concerning loss of property and stuff. So we have been accepting all the kids from these classes and then accommodating them in our own classes. And that's probably the reason why we were recognized.
In our math department, math science department, we have 1 teacher who's been badly affected. So we have to take the extra hours and we have to go the extra mile to support our co-worker, not only mentally, physically, emotionally, even in the classroom, we have to take care of our students. And in recognition for that, I assume that the school has decided to honor me and also another teacher for the co-teachers of the month.
Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
Thank you, Megan. Miko, tell us what's coming up in sports.
Well, things are heating up in the Volleyball League and playoffs begins next week. Which school are you pulling for?
Sunland.
Of course,
Sunland.
We'll see how they do. We'll see how they do. Sports is up next.